a particular fire, you know, there's been so many of them that, you know, in the early days, before we had any training, we had job instructor training, and was it JRT, job relations training, job instructor training. Anyway, that was all the training we had. So I had a couple close calls on Big Tahunga Canyon on the Angeles, where they wanted a line punched downhill, and I had a crew of Mexicans, and all of a sudden I'm scouting down the hill, and by the time I can holler at them that the trail that we're going to tie into is gone, there's nothing there, just a wall of brush. Found out later it was built the year I was born, 1936. So there wasn't much of a trail left there, and we got burned over, and had one guy with a broken leg and so on. I don't remember, I lost my mustache and the hair around my hard hat, and running over the hill and diving in. Like you said, nobody knew anything back in those days. We didn't have the training at all. We was hanging out there. If you had guts to go do it, you were in charge. You know, you'd do it. But saw one guy get killed on a Southern California fire by the retardant drop. It just flushed him in like that, and I've had to grab whole legs and arms around a tree like this to keep him getting knocked off the mountain too. That's before they had regulations on how high you had to be before you could drop a load. So it was pretty hairy back in the early days. There was no restrictions. They'd see a fire and they'd go drop on it. Didn't care how many they knocked down. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the big one on the LP that I was on, where the guys got burned up on a cat, and could have lost a bunch of other people, crews, if they'd done what the plan was, you know, because a lot of times people forget what's out there on the ground, you know, like a reburn type situation. And like, for instance, I've had like 80 people sitting on a cat line waiting to go do coal trailing. And I'd go look at it myself and go, no, we're not going to do this. And have people get all upset about it and watch it go up to smoke in less than 30 minutes, where you would have had all those people in there. But we had a crew coming in to a fire. We're coming into the fire, and the crews that are day crews that are in there, and I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing the fire and so on, but I don't have any choice because I can't stop our people from going into the fire because those people that are in there need that transportation to come back out. So I'm going, okay, keep your mouth shut, think about it, do your plan after you get there so those people can get out. So we get on top of the mountain and watch the fire chasing these trucks back down the hill. You know, just coming right after them, and packs off an inmate bus blowing off top of the bus and blowing through the air. Electric wires, balls of fire, you know, 30 or 40 feet around, just shooting down the power lines, and it's going to burn all the way around us. And there's no way of getting around it. So we had to set up engines in a circle like this, circle of wagons, if you will. Turn on all the spray nozzles and everybody get under there. But things like that brought about the use of fire tents, you know. I know once on the Stanislaus, I had to take the whole crew in. We went in to pick up, actually help out an inmate crew to get them out of there. And while we were doing that, we got caught ourselves. And we had to build a bare area, and we didn't have no fire tents in those days. But there's you didn't think about it either. You just did what came natural to you. Just seeing things quick enough.